Ebanie, the Blonde Bomber Bridges.
Hi, I'm Susie from Women's Fight News, and today I'm here with the one and only Blonde Bomber, Ebanie Bridges. So thank you very much for joining me today, Ebanie.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for having me on. It's been a while since I've been on your channel, and I love it. So yes, thanks for getting me on for the interview.
And how have you been?
I've been good. I miss the UK. I miss you. I miss Wales. But I'm doing okay. Just got my head down here in Philly, training hard, ready for my next fight. And I've pretty much not been avoiding media, but I've just been pulling right back from interviews and media and stuff like that, and just having my own time, my own space, just to focus on me. Because as you know, the last year has been insane for me. Done like 1,000 millions of interviews, and I thought, what, I'm just gonna pull back and just focus on myself and put my head down. So yeah.
So yeah, August the 7th, fight camp, Bec Connolly.
Fight camp, yeah.
Yes,
I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm so excited. There was so many dates actually that were flying around for a while before the fight camp was announced, like fighting here in America, and then, which would have been good. But yeah, when it came to the end, and like we decided that fight camp was the best, I was really excited. I'm so excited to come back to the UK. I really do miss the UK, and there's no bullshit. The UK has my heart, so I am looking forward to coming back there and fighting on the fight camp. I think it's going to be very special. Yeah.
And some fans.
Yes, and some fans. And my mates. Yeah, you and Nicola are coming. I got my sponsors, Goodwin. I got my Goodwin Racing coming, which my sponsors, they're going to come, which is unreal. Hopefully a couple of my other guys. But yeah, it's going to be epic. It's going to be good.
Yeah,
very exciting.
So how's training going for it then? You're saying it's going well in America?
Yeah, it's good. I come here for a reason. This is my first time that I've done a full camp here in America. Usually I just come here for the fine tuning at the end. I'm just fixing a bunch of things, but I've been working and I've been learning from the start, so which is good. It's a little bit different, which has taken a little bit of time to adjust. Obviously a completely different routine for me to if I'm at home. Yeah. I have a lot of control when I'm at home. I've got my strength and conditioning ethos performance at home, which I work with. I've got my bike at home and training, and everything's kind of, my way. But here, we just got the boxing and the road, but I've got, trainers like Brian Cohen and Kaylee Reeves, which are they're invaluable. So, yeah, I'm really excited.
Because how do you find that you, because obviously you're working in Australia normally to now just being dedicated to your training, how do you find that change, just being able to concentrate on your training?
I feel lazy. I do. I feel lazy. I feel so weird, and because I don't have any friends here, I don't really know anyone here in Philadelphia. I've just got Kaylee and Brian. So all I do is literally train. I'm literally just the gym and home in this room. I go out for walks and runs, obviously, and I do some things like manicure, pedicure, massage, just to get out of the house a little bit. But honestly, it's not. It's so different. I think sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough because there's so much rest in between my training. I like to keep busy though, so I am doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes here, even though I'm kind of not out and about, I'm just organizing so much stuff for my business, my brand and stuff behind the scenes. I'm working a lot of stuff. As you've seen, I just signed with I just partnered up with a new merchandise, a new label in the UK, igotdoms, and they're worldwide, but they're based in the UK, which is unreal. I'm so excited for this. So that's really cool. I've got a few other things in the pipeline and ready to, get out. So there's all that. So, it's good. I'd miss my students. But it is nice to be able to have that rest. But I think if I was at home and I was in the same situation, for example, I wasn't actually working, but I was just at home.
Yeah.
I think it would be different. Because I've got people around me, there's people to see all the time. I've got to go see this person, I've got to see that person, I've got to do this. And plus where I live at home, I mean, I live with like not in the sticks, but I live far away from everything. So I'm driving like sometimes 5 hours a day just for my training and my physio and stuff. So it's nice to not have to be traveling around everywhere, but it's very different.
Yeah.
And we'll see when the fight comes how it's better. But I feel pretty confident. So.
And obviously talking about your students, I bet they're watching you on social media and following what you're doing and getting excited.
Yeah,
for
definitely. Fights. Yeah, definitely. I see comments sometimes. I see messages, and especially when I ask, you know, I do my Q&As and my things. I always get students, "Miss, when you're coming back to school, you know, when you're coming back," and all this kind of stuff. And have my head teacher be like, you know, what's it like when you found out I was staying longer, because you know I wasn't meant to. I was supposed to go home. Wasn't meant to be overseas for 6 months. You know. Yeah, he's like, what's this shit? You're not coming home till whatever. And I'm like, oh, sorry, you know, but yeah, it's all going to be worth it. It's all the sacrifice you make, you know. So yeah, it's cool. I do look forward to going back though, 100%.
Yeah, that's it. You've done so much sacrificing. I mean, you haven't been home since just after Caramel.
Yeah. March. Yeah, exactly. You know, March I got the call off Eddie, and day after my fight, packed my bags and left and said goodbye, obviously, to my boyfriend and everything, but like expecting to come home in a couple of weeks. Next minute, 6 months later, yeah, which has been a bit of a shock. I didn't really think about it, you know. It kind of hit me pretty bad about a month ago. I was really down and stuff, but you know, you just got to keep reminding myself, like, I'm in a situation, and you know, there's no one in Australia, like, no girls particularly. I know some boys do it. You know, George Cambosis has sacrificed a lot to be overseas, but people aren't doing what I'm doing. They're not where I am, you know, and that's because they don't make, you know, they're not doing all the sacrifices. Everything needs to be done, you know. Like, it's not an easy road to be successful. It's not an easy road to achieve your goals and your dreams. If it was easy, well, they say everyone will be doing it, right? So it comes with it all. I'm lucky I got a lot of support. I do have a lot of support at home. I still talk to my coach at home all the time. I know, I'll give him a call and fill him in, and he deals with my you know, my head case. I'm a bit of a head case. So he deals with that. Also, obviously, talk to my boyfriend every day, and even my strength and conditioning coach, me, he sends me some programs to be doing here as well. So yeah, I mean, I've still got that support at home, but yeah.
And thinking to your fight ahead to Bec Connolly, what do you think of her as a fighter?
I think she has so much fucking balls. I just think she's got fucking balls, mate. She is. I respect her heaps. I take my hat off to her. I mean, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't be taking fights on 3 days notice or 1 week notice. You know, like, I'm not that kind of fighter. I wouldn't be doing it. And she just gets in there and does it and like, fuck it, whatever. You know, and I respect her a lot for that, because, you know, when you're not in condition and you're not like fit and you haven't been training for a fight, like, it's more risk to you as well. It's more. You know, you can get hurt a lot easier when you're not in condition. And, you know, she's having to cut weight really hard, you know, in such a short time, and all these things, like, you know, she has her motivations for doing it, obviously. And everyone is different, but yeah, I mean, I have to respect her for that. And I think, she comes to fight, she's got a lot of experience, got a lot more experience than me. You know, she's been pro a lot longer than me. She's fought for longer than me. She's been in there with the best, and I'm sure she learns every time. She talks about coming forward and having a scrap with me, but they all do, literally, and they all don't. So, I mean, besides Carol, she came forward. She was tough, but, you know, like, they all say that, and then when it gets in there, they turn, and they don't do that. So we'll see if she will come forward and she will, you know, bring that fight, like she says. You know, both like to fight and both like to have a scrap. We'll see if she's really up for it once that bell goes. I hope she is up for it. Because yeah, you know, that's my bread and butter right there. That's, you know, that's what I love to do. So I'm looking forward to just a fun fight for me. I think it's gonna be a fun fight. It's gonna be a fun build up. I think, you know, everything about it, because, you know, Bec's a cool chick. You know, she's funny. She likes to have a laugh, and she doesn't take life too seriously. You know, we get up there, I'm sure it'll be a bit of a competition on the scales as well. I'm interested to see what she rocks up with on the scales, which would be good. It'll be good. We have to have a bit of fun there as well. And then, yeah, come to the fight and just get in there and see how she goes. But you know what? It's her first time having a camp, I think, like a proper camp. Like I said, she takes all the Matchroom fights she's had is like 3 days notice, a week notice, 2 weeks notice, and fighting a lot heavier, because either she doesn't have time to cut the weight, or, you know, she's just fighting people that are obviously heavier. So yeah, I think we're going to see probably the best condition Bec will see, but I don't think that's going to be enough to give me any problems.
Yeah.
But I think it would be exciting. I think it's going to be an entertaining fight, and that's what we want. I want to entertain the fans. That's what I'm all about, entertainment, and that's what they'll be getting when they tune in to see me and Bec go at it.
That's it. And I was going to say, I mean, you already mentioned it, how it's going to be perhaps a bit more of a fun build-up than the last fight, because you can have a laugh with Bec.
Yeah. I mean, look, I was having a laugh at Shani as well, so that was fun anyways. But I think she was the one not having fun. But I think it'll definitely be fun with Bec. You know, I think I've been a little bit quiet on social media, and I've been a little bit quiet just because I needed that time for myself. We're getting closer now, 4 weeks out today, and wouldn't mind like G'ing up with Bec a little bit and like having a bit of that banter online soon, and like drawing her in or whatever, and we'll see. But yeah, I think it's going to be fun for sure. It's going to be more of a playful thing. It's the kind of fight that we'll just smash each other up and then go and have a drink. Not that I really drink, but go and whatever, hang out, have a hug, like in a sincere like respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I didn't have sincere respect for Shannon, because I did have sincere respect for Shannon as a fighter. I respect her a lot, you know, but yeah, you know what I mean. And,
you know, can you give us any clues about your weigh-in lingerie you're going to wear?
No, I'm not giving no one no clues. You know how many inboxes I get? Like, honestly, I get inboxes all the time, and I also get, whenever I do Q&As, I swear 20% of the questions are, what are you wearing have you got your weigh-in outfit, and what are you wearing? And it's always like, mate, you should know this by now. As if I'm going to give any hints to what I'm wearing. Although I need to maybe do a little bit of a poll or something to ask my fans about the colour and see if they can pick the colour. But yeah, no, there's never any, what's the word, leaks. Even some like close friends have asked, and I won't leak it to anyone, because that's just like that's the best kept secret, the thing that everyone wants to know. And I think got to keep it for that day.
Yeah.
But I can assure you it's going to be fucking great, and it's going to look good, you know.
And I love the fact that you can, I mean, obviously you're extremely dedicated, focused boxer. You take it very seriously, but then you can have this bit of fun. And the fact is that some people, you know, they've prejudged you and think that because you like to have this bit of fun, you don't take boxing seriously. But I think you completely blew it out of the water with your fight against.
Yes. I think I definitely proved myself that it's all fun and games until we get in the ring, and then I'm about there to fuck you right up. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm happy to banter, and it's all, you know, I am who I am. I don't need to walk around like a fucking hard ass and have to put on like a fucking angry face and act like fucking Tyson to get in the mood to bash you up. I don't need to do that, because that's already inside of me, and I love fighting so much, and I literally love smashing fucking skulls, and I just love it so much that I don't need to try and hype myself up with anger, and it's in there, you know what I mean? I just need to go through those ropes that bell needs to ring, and then you're fucking dead, you know what I mean? So it's, you know, and I think having that banter and that joke, that's just me. You know, if I tried to act or try and be someone I'm not to intimidate my opponents, like, I don't need to do that. You'll get intimidated when you get hit by me, because that's what happens. You get hit and then you just run backwards or whatever. You know, if you're tough, then come forward, and it's hell. But yeah, like I don't have nothing to prove. That's why I never change. You know, I just cop so much shit, like, of haters or whatever you want to call them. Never once changed, never once tried to be anyone else, never, because I knew inside of me, I know the kind of fighter I am. I know I don't need to be that kind of person to prove to people, to prove myself, because I know once I get in the ring, I'll prove myself, which is exactly what I did. Beyond words. I actually watched my fight again this morning. I watched it on DAZN, and shout out to DAZN and the commentators on DAZN, because I'm no shit. The commentary on DAZN was so much better. Like, I mean, it was still a little bit, but it's compared to Sky, I couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, wow, like, this is like, it's actually nice. Like, they're actually calling the fight as the fight, how the fight is. You know what I mean? They're not like talking shit, sucking dick, and fucking going on about stories that no one even cares about. Like, you know what I mean? Not even talking about the fight in front of us. And so that was good. It was good to listen to that. They saw the headbutt and everything. So yeah, it was good to listen to that. And I watched that fight and it hyped me up. I'm like, fuck, imagine, like, you know, I can't wait to fight again, because I'm going to be so much better. That was my first time on that big kind of stage as well, you know. So yeah.
And that's it. And first time on that big stage and get a potential fight of the year.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly. Get used to it. They'll be happening all the time. It's my style. It wasn't Shannon's style. It was my style that made that fight. I reckon. Maybe I'm being biased, but.
Well, that's it. I mean, you bring it all, don't you? The entertainment in the ring, entertainment outside.
Yeah. That's it. That's boxing.
That's it. And also, obviously, Fight Camp, it's a great event, and you've got some other great fighters on the same night as you. So who are you looking forward to meeting up with and watching the fight on Fight Camp night?
Definitely keen to meet Alan Babich. You know, we have a good we get along really well. He's an absolute legend. I just love everything about him. Like he gets it. You know, he gets the entertainment side, and I love his little, you know, ultra ego persona, the savage, and you know, I just think he's totally cool. And so I really am looking forward to meeting him and seeing him. And he's such an exciting fighter. You know, everyone has flaws. He still has a little bit, but he's just so exciting. And you just watching going, wow, what's he going to do? Because he just literally, he's like me. Like he's fucking savage. He just wants to fuck him up. You know, he really does. And I feel that, and I can relate to that. You know, obviously, Fabio Wardley. Looking forward to seeing him. He's on it, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he's on it. Yeah.
And you've had banter with him as well.
I got banter with Fabio as well. He always likes to stir the Twitter fam, you know, and G them all up. But it's a good bar. I like it. It's fun. And also my Florian Marku, man, like he's an exciting fighter. He's kind of got it all. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like that week 2 fight camp is just like the week of the savages. Like, because he's savage as well, man. Like he's so sharp and explosive, and he switches his feet around. Like he's so skilled. You know, he's got so much experience. So yeah, I think, and obviously the main event, is obviously really exciting. But I don't know those guys, so I mean, on a personal level, I want to meet those boys and really support them as well. So. Yeah.
And you've also got Ellie Scottney, who we don't know who she's fighting, but she's going to be on the card as well.
Oh, Ellie Scottney, yeah. I mean, she's a great boxer. Wow, like, you know, she's young. She's got like, I think about how young she is now and how long she has in the sport. Imagine what she's going to be like in a couple of years. You know, I feel like she still has a really amateur style, kind of a bit tappy. You know what I mean? But like, she's got her 3rd fight or something coming up. Like, I think she's going to be a very exciting fighter to watch. I love her footwork, her posture, everything. You know, she's really got that kind of clinical boxing style. You know what I mean? So I can see her like move her head a little bit more and all those kind of things, which will come in time of learning the pros. But I think she's really exciting.
Definitely. And
she's funny as she likes a good banter.
Oh, she does. Yeah, she's really funny on Twitter.
Yeah, she's funny. But she's stable mates with Shani, so I don't know. Shouldn't talk about too much.
You talked about it earlier about your new merchandise with igotdoms. And it's red. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Being released for Fight Camp Week.
I know, I'm copping a bit of shit from I'm sorry, we can hear that motorbike outside. Like, what's he doing? He's just revving. Like, I don't know if you can hear it, but I feel like opening a window and going, shut the fuck up. Anyway, sorry.
Not too bad.
Yes. So I got DOMs. It is red. That's it's got to do with coming to my fight, my fight camp week, that kind of theme. It's got nothing to do with Man United. It's got nothing to do with any of those Liverpool or anything like that. All you football fans, I'm sorry, and to my Leeds fans, just hang tight. Stop asking me about white, blue, and yellow, because I saved the best for last. But this one, I just wanted something bright. I wanted something that would stand out. At fight camp, and that I thought was like obviously unisex as well. And I think the red was really good, and I liked the colors. I love the baseball cap as well. It's pretty sick, and they are a really great company to be working with. The designers are amazing. I've got some tracksuits coming, which are sick, but it's all going to be released on fight week, and after special edition after fight week. So yeah, it's really cool, these guys. And I'm really excited to be working with them. So stay tuned for more Blonde Bomber merch, and yeah, get yourself some red stuff because it's sick. I really liked it. And actually that gold that's on it is like the shiny gold. It's not like,
Oh, it's metallic.
like my, metallic, like my Fit Warrior brand ones, like that cool metallic, that red shirt. Like it's just so bright and vibrant, and I just love that. So disconnect the football and just take it for what it is. Take it for what it is, a mad red shirt, and the cap, it can be, if you got my English fans, it's might have been a release because we're going to bring it home, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
But so I might have ordered one, ready for fight camp.
Yes.
So I can be repping you.
Yes, love it.
Going back to sort of training and your sort of focus and how dedicated you are. Some boxers seem to not take their nutrition so seriously outside of camp. So they sort of fluctuate in their weight and go up and go down. But with you, it's much more of a lifestyle thing. You do it, you dedicate yourself 24/7, 365 days a year. You do
well,
it
you've
all
seen
the time.
it, right?
That's it.
Yeah, you've seen it firsthand.
So like you're very sacrificed with you dedicate yourself to a healthy sort of lifestyle. Do you think that, how do you think that keeping to that helps you with your fighting and keeping on weight? How does that help with you?
Yeah, I think I think it's just important to, having a nutrition background, I know how important it is to get the right nutrition into you. It's fuel for your body, man. Like it's, your body's your temple, and what you feed and what you've put in your body, it has a big effect on you in everything, like your obviously your health, but like your hormones, your brain, like your brain power, like everything. I just know how important nutrition is. It'd be like, especially us as professional athletes, it'd be like having a Ferrari and then putting that E10 or that shitty petrol, I don't know what you got in UK, but like the shittiest petrol in the world, cheap ass stuff that's like putting that in your car. Like it's like if you would feed your body bad, like it's not going to run efficient. It's not going to run at its best or at its peak. And when I'm, out of fight camp, you still want to feed your body that kind of stuff because it's just about health, in general. And if you feel good, like you eat shit food, like I feel like shit, you get bloated, you feel sick, you feel heavy, you feel tired, and it's not good for your body. So yeah, I think my biggest problem outside of fight camp is drinking water. That's the only downfall I have, is I struggle to drink a lot of water until I really have to drink the water. But food wise, yeah, definitely. And actually for my camps now, I have Jordan Sutherland, who's the fight dietitian. He looks after so many people worldwide. He's Australian as well, but he looks after a lot of the UFC people and a lot of boxers around the world. And getting him on board for my last few camps has been good, because even though I've done my nutrition my whole life and I've I have my own experience with it, I know my body, it's just good to have someone else who he literally studies and completely is specific to combat sports, because you can know nutrition and you can do a dietitian degree and you can know the basics of nutrition, but it's not the same for every sport, and it's not the same for every person, you know what I mean? So having him being solely dedicated to the combat sports scene, the combat sports industry and athletes, it just brings a whole nother level, because he just gets it, and he's been doing it for so long. I mean, that I just can really trust him with that. And it's really good having him on board. And also it means I don't have to fucking think about it and think about, what I'm going to eat, or I can't sit there and talk myself into eating things that aren't on a diet. You know what I mean? It's just good. It's good to have that. So definitely recommend him for any combat sports athletes.
Because what's noticeable about you is that on fight week and running up to being weighed in, you can tell that you're healthy. You don't get sort of, you're still your bubbly self. You don't get, that's it. You don't look ill. You're still your bubbly self. You don't get down. You're very healthy. Your whole fight week. Yeah.
I still eat 5 meals a day, like the whole way up. I have breakfast on weigh-ins and everything like that. I've always been like that. And I mean, coming from a bodybuilding background, I'm too scared to not eat. You know, I was like, you can't starve yourself because you're gonna lose muscle and whatever, you know. So I'm really would never ever starve myself. I would never ever go to those kind of extremes to not eat. Like, you know, I make sure I'm well prepared so I don't have to do that. And I just think it's really, really important. And yeah, like I said, you know, I always feel good because I've done it the right way and I'm healthy, you know. So it always makes it easier. So.
And thinking about the bantamweights, the champions at bantamweight, what's your thoughts on all those champions? Because a couple of them have grabbed some titles recently. So you've got Melissa Odessa Parker, who's got the IBO. You've got Thanders, who's recently won the WBO. Obviously, Courtney's got the WBA. You've got Luna. Yes, and you've got Luna, who's got the WBC. And don't mention Roman. Roman's got the IBF. So there's a few champions there that you want to target, I'm sure. So what's your thoughts on them?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all great champions. I feel like they're all beatable for sure. I feel like Shannon Courtney's the weaker of them all, to be honest. So I feel like they're all going to be targeting her because they'll probably feel the same. I feel like, for example, Dinah Thorslin, you know, I feel like she's dropped down to she was huge 122. She was a huge super bantam, and she's dropped down to bantam now. And I think it's to target Shannon to unify. Because she's just a bully, but like she's strong and big. As for Odessa, Melissa Parker, I rate her a lot as a boxer. I think she's got so much experience. She has a huge amateur background. You know, she can box, she can fight on the inside. She's a southpaw. I think she would give Shannon Courtney a lot of trouble. Yeah. Cecilia Roman, that's who I want to go for. And it's purely because I just think it would be an unreal fight. She's like, you know, South American. She'll sit in the pocket. She likes to trade punches and sit, and like she has that real nice, you know, can do that toe-to-toe kind of boxing. And that's just the fights that I love. And as much as I want, I do want to win, and I'm here to win. I want to have fights that I love because that's in the end of the day, I just like to fight. You know what I mean? And I don't want to waste time having fights. People that it's going to be boring, or it's too easy, or it's not going to be entertaining for the fans. You know, so for me, my number one who I would like to fight would be Cecilia Roman. I actually, battery, we good? Where are you? There we go. I actually think that Luna from Mexico is probably I feel like she's the strongest of the division. Yeah, I think she's the strongest. As in all rounder, like she'd be the hardest one. Yeah. But yeah, they're all solid, you know. And you know, I think Shannon Courtney would have learned from our fight again, because, you know, whatever. So she'll come in better. I know who her opponent is. Okay. Her next opponent. Yeah. She's going to win that pretty easily, I think. Okay. Yeah.
It's not a unification fight.
No. Yeah. I know who it is. And I think once it gets announced, yeah, people will know like what the outcome would probably be. But you know, she's got to get that fight because Rachel got injured, so you know she had to find someone else. Didn't want to fight me, so yeah. Good luck to her and unifying. Hopefully, I can snag a belt off one of the others, and then we can meet for like a unification rematch. That would be a ticket seller. That would be money.
That would be a big fight.
Yeah.
And what do you think about, because obviously there's a lot of talk about this women's super series tournament they're going to do at Super Featherweight.
Super Featherweight?
Yeah, Super Feather.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, what do you think of that? And do you think it'd be any good in any other divisions like Bantamweight?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's probably a few divisions that have enough women now to be able to do that. Yeah. The reason I think that there hasn't been much of this in the past is because the divisions just aren't deep enough. There's just not enough quality opponents, you know, like it's, you know, the divisions are really shallow. So the lower you get, like, I mean, there's kind of really, I feel like anywhere from like super fly Bantam, super Bantam, featherweight, lightweight, super light. I feel like they're really dense, dense divisions for the women's boxing. You start going welter, super, and middleweight, it starts getting really scarce and sparse. And I don't think the tournaments in those divisions would be much. But yeah, I'd like to see it in some other divisions. I think, like I said, as women's boxing evolves and we get more and more girls coming up through, then I think they're going to be more common in more divisions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely see it happen, like a bantamweight's prime example. I think that would be a good division for that, and lightweight. So I think it's lightweight, super lightweight. Is that Katie Taylor, super lightweight? No.
Katie Taylor's lightweight.
Katie Taylor's lightweight, and then you got Chantel Cameron in super light. That would be there's good girls in that one. I wouldn't be surprised if there'd be a series of tournament for that one with Chantel Cameron, Kaylee Rees, Christina Lindau's out. Mary McGee. Yeah, Mary McGee. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, definitely. So if is there a dream fight? Is there someone out there? You mentioned obviously you'd like to fight Cecilia Roman.
Yeah.
Would she be your dream fight at the moment, or is there someone else that would be your absolute dream, even if you didn't worry about weight divisions, anything? What would be your dream?
Yeah. I mean, it'd be pretty cool to share the ring close to Shields.
Yeah.
We didn't worry about weight divisions. I mean, Katie Taylor, it's got some good money there.
Yeah.
I mean, no, but honestly, I'd love to just have the rematch with Shannon Courtney. Yeah. Because I just feel like the fans want to have that fight, and I just think that it's a great fight. Like it's a good fight, like for everyone. It was a fun fight and exciting. It could be a cool trilogy like the boys do. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's kind of stuff that women's boxing needs. That's the exciting stuff that women's boxing needs.
Definitely.
But yeah, I think that's more of a dream because I can't see her wanting to do that at all.
So talking about sort of dream fights and stuff, I mean, what would your dream venue be to fight at? I think I probably know the answer to this, but
yeah, I'd have to say like probably Ellen Road, Leeds. Yeah, for sure. I mean, with all the fans, obviously, full capacity would be sick. Definitely. It's up there. I mean, it'll be cool to do other places as well, like the O2 or MGM, in Vegas, just because, Madison Square Garden, all those ones. But I'd say Leeds would be my first option. And once I've tackled that one, then we'll go on to the next. And
if you could top the card at Ellen Road, who would be you could pick any fighters, who would you put on your undercard? What would be your dream undercard? Yeah. I mean, it could even, anybody could be on your undercard.
Let me think. I don't know. What one all like the good fights?
Yeah. Be anything. Be all the top fights.
Yeah, all of them. All the fights that we want. Yeah, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
On my undercard.
On your undercard.
I don't know. I feel like I'd also want my friends on there, but I mean, it'd be cool to have like Dylan White. I'd like to fight, have him fight in the same card as Dylan White. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many. There's too many that I could think of, to be honest. But yeah.
It could be like an epic card that lasts like all day.
Yeah, right. I mean, Pacquiao, Spence, not Pacquiao, Spence and Crawford.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, there'll be an undercard. No, but yeah, I don't know. I don't care. Who cares? It's me.
So
full of hot girls.
So if you could, just thinking about if you could have a training session with anybody who's past or alive, who could have been a fighter or a trainer, if you could pick anyone to have that session with, who would it be?
Costamato.
Yeah.
Tyson's trainer.
Yeah, Mike Tyson.
100%. Yeah, Mike Tyson's trainer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, Costamato. For sure.
That would be epic. That would be really good.
Yeah. Yeah. And many people would say, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
actually, and Eddie Reynoso. Honestly, I should say current Eddie Reynoso.
Okay.
Love to train with Eddie Reynoso, but yeah,
Mm.
like because he's still alive. But yeah.
And as a boxing fan, because you're obviously a big boxing fan,
Yeah.
who have you been most excited to meet and that you've actually met in the boxing world, and who's lived up to your expectations and actually been as cool as they're going to be?
I don't know about that, but I have to say the people I was most excited about meeting was Barrera and Eric Morales. When I saw them and met them, I was like, my world was complete. I was like, I saw Eric Morales and I gave him a wave and he was like, give me a thumbs up. And like, I was like, oh my God. Like, I was just like so starstruck. And then when I met Barrera, I was saying first with Barrera, you like, that actually got on film, like Ellie Steckback, who's like in Vegas, like he's a boxing channel over here, ES News. He actually got it on film of me getting photos of Barrera and then turning around looking at my phone like, oh my God, like, and I was just like, and then he's asked me, he goes, oh, so hey, is this like your first time at the fights or whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, I love it, I just met Eric Morales and Barrera and Chavez, and like I was just like so in the moment, like I was just so hyped up. Yeah. So I have to say that was probably I was so excited about that. Also Mikey Garcia, I've been out with Mikey Garcia and had drinks with him, and he's super cool, so I really like Mikey. But yeah, like they're all like, I met quite a few, and they're all super cool. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, just that moment with the Eric Morales and Antonio Barrera, that's unreal. So
One to remember.
yeah, it was on film, it was on YouTube like the whole week afterwards, and I'm like looking at my phone like in love. I was just like, I can't believe I've just met my heroes. Such a groupie.
Starstruck.
Yeah.
And thinking about the female boxing scene, is there anyone, because obviously it's growing all the time and there's more and more talent coming through, is there anyone out there that you think, or a couple of fighters out there that you think are ones to watch at the moment that are coming through?
Yeah, I definitely think I really rate Stevie Levy. I think she can fight, and she is a fucking character. Wow, like you guys like think I'm entertaining. Holy shit, like she is one of a kind. She's but she's awesome, so I really think she has so much potential as well. And she's just a great chick. Who else? I mean, you got Amber Wright in Australia. I really rate her a lot. She's really young. She's definitely someone to watch. Who else? It's not already obvious, I don't look at like Matchroom fighters, but yeah, I mean, there would probably be my two picks at the moment of who I'd like to watch and see coming up and coming. That I think have a lot of potential to do really well. Oh, and Nicola Hopewell. I forgot about young Nicola, but yeah, she's mate. Like I've seen her train and I've seen her fights, and like she sends me sparring and stuff, and like she's such a skilled fighter. She's got that fancy footwork. She's a flyweight, or like, I mean, she could probably fight a lot lighter than that, but she's she's a gun. So yeah. Like I really rate her. When I come to the UK, I'd love to get some sparring with definitely Stevie Levy and Nicola. Like they'd be my two picks for me to spar to get good work with. Yeah. Of those kind of girls. Obviously you got the more established, but the newer girls, yeah.
Definitely. And then you've also got because I know you rate Rhiannon Dixon. Because I see you sort of mentioned her.
Oh shit! Yes, thank you for mentioning her. Yes, I'm so happy she got a fight. Sorry, man, she's like up there, like. Rhiannon Dixon, oh my God, like, I can't believe I forgot her, but she's skilled, and she's southpaw, and she's slick, and she's sharp. She's got everything. She's fast, accurate, like everything, and she's beautiful. She's really, really good looking, and she's smart. Like, I love everything about Rhiannon Dixon. And I'm so happy she's just got a fight, because she's gonna be able to show a bit more, and she just needs to get on the big screens and the big platforms. But it's main thing is she's got a fight. And she's not. What was it? She was she was listed on BoxRec as inactive
Oh,
because of
yeah.
being out of the ring for so long because of BoxRec. But she's definitely got to watch her. She's a superstar in the making, 100%.
And
And she's with Aunt Corolla, which is good for her, you know.
Definitely. I remember when I interviewed her way back November last year, and she was saying how this time out, I mean, obviously it's a lot longer than she'd hope, you know, would wanted, but she feels like she's the strongest she's ever been. So it'd be really
she looks strong, man. She looks strong. I was talking to Hannah about it because Hannah Bagley sparred her, and I said, man, she's strong as she's strong as she looks. And I mean, I think she's in Terry Harper's division. I think she'll give Terry Harper fucking problems, you know, to be honest. So I'd love to see that fight in the future. I don't see them going to fight her anytime soon because, you know, obviously not levels, but she's just in such a different part of her career. But that would be a great fight to watch for sure.
So we're talking about female fighters that are up and coming. So what comes across on social media with you? And I've mentioned this before, is just how supportive you are of fellow sort of fighters. And I think it's really great because I personally know that you are as well, because when we talk about some of the fighters and you are really supportive. How do you think that's really important in female boxing because of where it is at the moment and how much it's growing, to be sort of supportive of each other and to help the sport grow together?
Yeah, I mean, look, each to their own, but I think it's a good community. The girls are lovely, you know. Women's boxing is a little bit different to men's boxing. It's nice to have that community and support each other, lift each other up and push each other. And I've always believed in it. Doesn't matter if it's boxing or whatever, you know, giving someone else credit or supporting other people doesn't take away your shine. You know what I mean? People are so scared to like support others or like lift others up because they're so insecure and so scared that, oh, if I give any attention to that person, then, you know, it's going to come off me. And then that's, you know, I don't want anyone to take my spotlight. But, you know, I just feel like if anything, it gives you more spotlight because like, you know, like you're touching, and that sounds creepy, you're touching, no, but you're like, you know, you're like really being in every bit of it, you know, and showing that support. I think especially for the girls coming through, like I mean, I talk like I've been in forever. I've only been a pro for 2 years, but I've just, from how far I've come in such a short time, I just feel like I've got like an experience of kind of just getting there, that I like to support the girls, you know, and I'll try and give them advice, whatever I can do, you know, to try and help them with their social media and stuff like that or whatever, anything. And I feel like with women, when we jump in the ring and when we fight, we're not only representing ourselves, we're repping women's boxing. When men jump in the ring, they don't rep men's boxing. They rep themselves. It's only all about them. Like you don't judge a guy boxer and go, oh, okay, well, that's how he boxes. That's how they all box. But unfortunately, that still happens in the women's. It's getting a lot better now, but I think it still is a long way to go to change perspectives and opinions. I feel like my fight really changed. I mean, I know because unless, you know, thousands of people were bullshitting, but I had so many people contact me and say how I changed their opinion on women's boxing, and they're so glad they tuned into my fight and saw it, you know what I mean? And we just need to keep doing that. We just keep having good fights, and we just need getting the attention and all that kind of stuff. So these things happen, and I think supporting each other, using my platform, you know, with my big following, to help the other girls get a bit of attention, especially the girls that I really rate, you know. I want to push that because I want more eyes on women's boxing. It's not about just me, you know. Yeah, get eyes on me anyway. I've already got all the eyes on me, you know. Like I want eyes on women's boxing, and that's why I support these girls, and that's why I put their names out and I tag them. I tell people to follow because these are solid boxers. These are good boxers, and they're the ones that are going to rep women's boxing and the thing that people need to see, you know, so people can start becoming, you know, real fans of women's boxing.
That's it.
So yeah.
And you're not only supportive of fighters, what I like is that you're supportive of everyone around you. And like, especially things like the media channels, like you do interviews with a lot of the smaller channels and you give people a chance. I mean, for instance, you've got Jude, who's 16-year-old boy who's trying to make it in the media, and you gave him a shot and he's brilliant. So it's nice to see
he's great.
supporting people.
Mate, but yeah, like, you know, you got to start somewhere. And especially when I see people that are really enthusiastic and they have ambition, that's a key, to have that passion and that ambition. And when I see that, I just think, wow, like, you know, I want to help this, and I want to get your ball rolling. If I can use my platform and my name and my following to help these little guys, then I will, because, you know, I remember what it was like to start out as well, you know, and we all start somewhere. And if I can help, you know, move that along, then yeah, it's great. And Jude in particular, like, I mean, for me, because he's so young and he's like, you know, almost like a student, like he's in school, you know, like I really wanted to help him in that sense, because I just love to see that. Like, my students are ambitious like that. Like, it's motivating for me. I think, man, you're amazing. Like, it's really awesome. So we want to give these guys, you know, whatever I can. I always have time. So
it's nice to see.
Yeah.
I think people see that, and that adds to why people sort of love you and have taken to you, because you are just open to everyone, and warming and welcoming. And
it doesn't matter. I don't care. Like, the other day I met this guy on the street here in Philadelphia, and he was selling cookies, like homemade cookies. I couldn't eat it. Like, I swear to God, I only went up to him and I just thought, you know what, this guy's sitting on the side of the road and he's not just begging for money. Like, he's selling, his name was Daniel. I said, Daniel's homemade cookies. Anyway, then I introduced, like I said, oh, how much are your cookies in $1? And so I gave him like $3. He goes, you want 3? I go, no, just give me 1. I'll give you it. Because I think, and he was actually a bit like, I don't know, special. Like, there was something, you know, I don't know what, but he wasn't, you know, he's just a special person. So when he got out, he was so happy and he wanted to take photos with me, and like, you know, these little things, like, it's little things like that. Like, can't judge people, you know, like it can make someone's day with those little things. And so I just don't judge anyone. I give everyone time of day. Unfortunately, I get so many requests every day for people to do interviews with me and for me to do things. I can't say yes to them all. Otherwise I wouldn't have time for fucking nothing, you know. But I do try and help, you know. I'm not just like, okay, look, you don't have 200,000 subscribers, so I'm not going to do an interview. It's not like that. It's just that, you know, it's just like the draw, I suppose. But everyone's got a chance. So you got to be in it to win it. So yeah,
that's it. Now, when you were here, I noticed how competitive you are. Like, we did a piñata, and I think people who might have seen on social media how it was hung up. You had the first go, and you smashed it open on the first go.
Sorry.
I was going to say, obviously, being a boxer,
I felt so bad.
you're going to be competitive.
I felt so bad because the kids were waiting to do it as well. Because the day before, whenever it was at his party, it took him ages to break it. So I thought it was going to be really hard. But then, like, I forgot they're like 5 and 10-year-olds, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was like, I felt so bad. You seen it? I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, because then no one had it. That was it. It was all over.
But the kids were happy in the end because they could just eat the sweets.
Yeah,
so they were happy.
Exactly. Yeah. It was funny.
But I was going to say that obviously you're competitive as a boxer, but have you always been that competitive? Is that always been in you?
I pick and choose my competitiveness. I think I'm not one of those people that just compete with everyone and everything. You know, like, you know, if I was to go for a run, I couldn't give 2 fucks if you ran faster than me or you beat me in a run. Like, off you go, see you later, fucking bye. You know what I mean? You do you. See you at the finish line. Yeah, no. I'm obviously picking and choosing with what I'm competitive in. If it's something I'm really interested in, I really want to do, then yeah, definitely. And I do want to be my best in a lot of things. But yeah, it's not everything. Some people are like stubbornly competitive and you can't deal with that shit, like, you know, even arguments and stuff like that. And I'm not like that at all. I'm just like, all right, dude, you do you. But yeah.
That's true. Competitive where you want to be competitive.
yeah And if I am competing against you, then you know that's like, fucking hold on.
I wanted to touch on amateurs, because I know you're pro now, and what counts is the pros. But
yeah,
you know, you have some people talking on social media who seem to, get it in their heads that you have done nothing as an amateur. And I just think it's just ridiculous because they seem to be judging you without knowing, without checking. And because you don't go on and on about your amateur record, they just assume you've done nothing, and you've just literally just walked into boxing one day and here you are.
And look how good I am. Wow. Look what I've done. I literally I'm better than all these people that have had like 10 years experience, and I'm further than them all. No, honestly though, I know people, it's, you know what it is, it's the whole pedigree of amateurs. For example, like Team GB, you know, or Oz Boxing or Boxing Australia or Team USA. Like if you're not on, a lot of people, I'm not going to stereotype the people, the boxers that are on those teams, but it just seems that if you're not in those teams, then apparently you haven't done anything, in the amateurs. But I was on those, you know, like I did nationals. You know, I'd done 2 golden gloves. I was only an amateur for 2 years. I never wanted to box amateur. I never even watched an amateur fight. Like, I honestly, I don't like that. I can't even watch really amateur fights now unless they're my mates. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like amateur boxing. I never have. But I knew that I couldn't just go straight into pros. I didn't want to go straight into pros. You know, I wanted to learn boxing first. So I was 2 years as an amateur. My first year as an amateur, I won golden gloves. You know, finals. I broke the girl's nose in like the second round. Or the second round. I won I was a state champ both years that I was in amateurs. I went to nationals because of that. The golden gloves, I was in the world qualifying. You know, I had 30 fights, had only 4 losses in my 30 fights. And like I said, that was in 2 years. I didn't have 30 fights over 6 years. You know, I wasn't boxing. I was an amateur for 8 years or whatever. And, you know, because that was never my goal. And I'd always had a professional style. And I mean, even that, like I stopped a lot of, like, I mean, I stopped nearly half of my wins, like before the bell, like that's, you know, and I just was, with me in the amateurs, I'm like, I don't want the ref stopping the thing or them calling and getting these counts. I just want to like finish people, you know what I mean? Like I hated that every time I landed a hard punch, they go stop and then they do a count. Like, let me fucking finish it. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to do in the pros. And I mean, even you see one of my fights in the pros when the ref stopped it in the pros, I was like, what? Because I didn't want to stop. Like, I want to, you know, like I want to finish it. Like Mortal Kombat, you know, finish him. Like that's what I want to do, you know? Maybe I'm sadistic. I don't know. But yeah, I just want to like fuck people up. But yeah, so, you know, I felt like, you know, and I'm older as well. I had my first fight, you know, 2 weeks before my 30th birthday. I didn't want to go to the Olympics. I didn't have a dream to go to the Olympics at all because I fucking hated the headgear. I hated the big gloves and I hated the tap style. Like I hated it. You know what I mean? So yeah, and that's just how it is. It is 2 very different sports. And I have a lot of respect for the amateurs and especially the amateurs on those teams because I've been in those teams like, and I've seen the work, like when I do tournaments, like having to fight, the amount of tournaments I did fighting Friday, Saturday and Sunday, you know, and having to, you know, keep that weight and fight day after day and then fight again in 2 weeks. To have 30 fights in 2 years, you're fighting constantly. You're always in camp. You're always in fight condition. Like, and it's draining and it's hard. Like, it's so different to the pros, you know. And the people that do go to the Olympics or do the Com Games and stuff, they've been selected well before I even started amateurs. You know what I mean? Like, I started the amateurs and the Olympic girls were already really invested in by Boxing Australia, and that's how it is politics, you know, like they've already been putting money in and investing in those people. So no matter what, you know, it's really hard to get past that, which I didn't have an interest in doing anyways. But yeah, I mean, the amateurs is amateurs and now I'm in the pros and there's a lot to the pros. It's a lot more heartbreak in the pros, that's for sure. I think people don't realize how hard the pros actually is. And because it, you know, it's not just about skills. There's a lot more to it to make money.
That's it. More of a business.
Definitely. Yeah. And yeah, amateurs doesn't matter. I mean, the good thing about having good amateur pedigree is it's a good sales pitch. Like it's good sales, like it's good marketing. You know, if you've been to the Olympics, you're Olympian or you've Commonwealth Games or, you know, you're national champion or whatever, you know, like it's good for marketing. But it does not mean that you're going to be good at the pros. It does not mean that you can take a punch with no headgear and smaller gloves. It does not mean that you can sit there and box like a pro. you know, yeah, it can give you a level up and it can give you, of course, experience and stuff like that, but it doesn't guarantee a good professional. We've seen it many times. Good pedigree, amateur pedigrees fail as professionals.
Definitely.
And vice versa.
Definitely. So obviously you're known for having, you know, you're boxing fans, you've got your boxing knowledge. So I was going to ask you on a big fight that's going to be coming up, Manny Pacquiao versus Spence. And I know that you're a bit of a Pacquiao fan and you know, you love his
massive
style. So how do you see that fight panning out?
I don't care what anyone says. I'm fucking backing my boy Manny Pacquiao in that fight. I backed him against Thurman and everyone told me I was crazy. He's too old and whatever, you know. But I see Manny Pacquiao just getting in there and doing his little fancy footwork and just like, you know, doing his thing. And giving Spence trouble. He has so much experience, you know. And yeah, he's been out of the ring for a while. He has. But I think he's had that much experience in that many fights that I don't think it's going to be much of an issue for him. Spence is big. He's strong. He's got a bit more of a killer instinct than some of Pacquiao's last opponents. But I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park at all. But we will see. But I'm not going to budge from my boy Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
So yeah, Manny.
That's it, Manny. Right, I wanted to do something a little bit different now. So I'm going to do like a quick fire. So whatever comes to you first in your head, you answer. So there's going to be it's not just all boxing, just a little bit of fun.
Okay.
Let's see. Right, okay. So pizza or burgers?
Pizza.
McDonald's or Burger King?
Macca's. McDonald's.
Hook or uppercut?
Uppercut.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Sun or snow?
Sun. And then I've only seen snow once. But sun.
Here's one for the Aussie British divide. Tim Tams or Penguin biscuits?
Tim Tams.
Marmite or Vegemite?
Vegemite. Marmite was fucking gross.
Crawford or Spence?
Crawford.
Canelo or Betavev?
Better be Canelo. He's pound for pound, mate. Canelo, no one's gonna beat him.
Brilliant. Right,
that's gonna be a tough fight though.
You did well. You did well to answer them quickly.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
So I wanted to finish up with sponsors, because obviously sponsors are so important with especially the fact you're not working and you're having to train full time to support you. So I just wanted to ask if you want to do talk about any of your sponsors, shout them out, because I mean you've got some great sponsors recently, and I like your Wales connection.
Yeah. So, you know, definitely shout out to my sponsors, man. I mean, past and present. Because without sponsors, I know myself, I could not be here. Like, I'd be fucking eating 2-minute noodles every day if I didn't have sponsors, because I'm not getting income. I haven't had income since February. You know what I mean? So, they support me, and you know, I really wouldn't be able to be here without them. I'm so blessed that I've got some really great UK British sponsors. I've got Goodwin Racing. He jumped on board like pretty much after my last fight, and they're amazing. Love those guys. And I've got DigiBit UK, which is a VPN service. I have Oak Dental Care. So these guys are obviously in dentistry, but I talked to the owner of that, and you know, he's just really into health and well-being as a whole, you know, and I just love that. He's really passionate about health. I've got the Wales Expo, so that was cool. So I kind of maybe, because you know, I did put the tweet out asking for sponsors, and when he approached me, I thought I have to go. This is going to be awesome, because obviously I have a bit of a soft spot for Wales, and and so I was really excited about that, because I thought all my Welshies would really appreciate that.
Definitely.
I've also and Richard's Boxing, who's been, you know, they've been supporting me since, you know, last year through my fight with Rachel Ball, with my fight with Courtney, and just amazing people, you know, Phil and Ginny, they do so much to help me. So a huge shout out to them. And I've got another one who's going to be announced next week, but I'm going to wait for that because that's pretty awesome. They are really an amazing company. And I think a lot of people are going to be excited about that and what they do as well. So it's very, what they're passionate about is really close to my heart. So that's going to be exciting. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all my guys that I've got for this fight, and hopefully the next and continuing on. But yeah, they seem to be on the same path as me and the same vision, and really interested in supporting me in my goals. So yeah, I think they're going to be Team Blonde Bomber for a while.
It's quite nice with these sponsors. I find that they're sort of like an extended family, you know, like a big family, or with you and your sponsors, because they're with you right the way through. Because like I keep seeing the same ones that come through and supporting you. And it's nice.
my sponsors, like when you become a sponsor of me, you become like family. You know, because you get like all the inside information, and I deal with my sponsors directly. I don't have an agent or a manager that deals with my sponsors. I talk to them directly, and I want them to be just as happy as I am. If they're going to support me, I want to support them, because I just, you know, it's true, like I couldn't be here without sponsors. So you know, I'm so grateful, and for that I want to just give back and do as much, and they'll all vouch for it. They know how much you know, a lot of them will say, well, I've never had an experience like this with an athlete or a boxer, you know, that's just so personable, or, you know, so, you know, obviously interacting and working, you know, with them and what they want to do. And, you know, usually it's just like, here's your money and put your little patch on and that's it, you know what I mean? Cheers for the money. Like, and I can't do that. Like, it just, you know, the way I am, like, I just can't do that. I need to give these guys as much as they give me. So yeah, I'm so blessed to have them on board.
Brilliant. Right, well, it's been brilliant chatting to you. Sorry I've kept you for so long.
No, that's okay. This is a great chat. I really enjoyed this one. It was good, and I'm sure that the fans will as well. And yeah, you know, we haven't caught up for a while, so it was really great.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I can't wait to fight camp, and I can't wait to be there to support you.
Oh my God, I know, I can't wait either. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for my knuckles and someone's head again.
Itching to get back in.
Yeah, I nearly just, like, my thumb just got caught in my top. I nearly just gave everyone a nip slip. God, damn. Could be good for the views. No.
I was going to say, the views would have gone up, but...
yeah. Oh, shit. Anyways, awesome. Thank you so much, Susie. Keep doing what you're doing as well, and bringing women's boxing to the forefront with your channel. I think it's amazing, and I love to watch your success and your growth as well.
Thank you. And also, we're going with that. With Women's Fight News has been nominated for an award with the Welsh Fitness Awards. So the ones that sponsor, we've been nominated for an award. So I hope, you know, it'll be an award ceremony in September. So that's quite exciting.
Oh wow! Oh, you're gonna get that for sure. Yeah, definitely. Now that I've been on your channel. Unfortunately I can't. I have no control over the voting, but yeah, I mean, you're good enough, so I definitely love to see that. But yeah, awesome.
Brilliant, great, thanks, Ebanie. Great to chat.
No worries. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please hit like. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future content, and why not check out any other videos on the channel. You can follow Women's Fight News on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.